Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are going to take apart a Webasto heater. It's the first time I do this after a really long while. I think we repaired some of these heaters on my previous job, but it was such a long time ago that I'm not really remembering much from that experience. So let's see together what's inside, and maybe we can figure out some things of this unit, and maybe it will help you make a decision when you want to buy a heater. Now this heater is the real competition for the Webasto one, not the Chinese or the planar Russian one. I would say the Chinese heater is a competition because of the price, but to some significant things that you lose in quality and service partners and so on, workshops, and even functional things that are not available neither on planar, neither on Chinese heaters. But this actually is a good heater that is considered to be one of the top heaters, yeah, and always in competition with Webasto. So we expect to find quality things inside here, so it's not like opening some knockoff. So it's a 24-volt heater, Airtop 2000 STC, and if I read the things correctly, before it was only ST, and I think in 2017 Webasto released the STC, and I think it's for the newer control panel and so on, and that's why this change was made. I don't know if anything functional inside was changed or not. I'm not that familiar with Webasto. Anyway, let's get on with it. So we need to take down the case first, and this is the first piece. I think it should come down because this is where the connection to the cable harness is made. Yeah, so the heater doesn't come with a cable harness connected, unlike any other heater. So this is this is a interesting choice from Webasto. Every other heater has a cable here with a plug which you can connect the control panel and so on. Okay, next we would need to take down these two ends. So similarly like at Webasto, oh, I'm sorry, I just made a mark there. So a little bit with a little bit of care you should be able to do it without leaving marks like I do. And this is the back side. Yeah, good quality as we expected. And also let's take down the front. Okay, so these are the two, in the inlet and the outlet, and now the top slides down. It comes off with its without any problems, and I'm surprised I'm not seeing a gasket here. Now I'm not sure if it's in the kit somewhere or it doesn't have it. I don't know. It should have a gasket. And now is just this one, which it has some little holders here, but just by making a little bit of space you can take it out without problems. Interesting choice to make a case like this, but it works, it has no problems. So the first thing that I notice are these spacers which keep the case apart from the heat exchanger, leaving it space for air to run here, so it won't touch, the case won't touch the heat exchanger directly, and this I really like. These are superior to any other heater I taken apart. It's a silicone thingy and it just pops here, and it's held in place by those little notches and everything. It looks very, very, very nice. I like this. Looks professional, more professional than on Webasto heaters or on Chinese heaters, but it really doesn't make sense comparing them to knockoffs. So even this I find a big step up in quality and in little how do you want to call them, little things matter. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not finding now the word. So anyway, this is a good step up from what Webasto uses. Okay, so in order to move on, we need to take down the blower. And actually this is the second time I'm doing this video, because I had the camera on the other side, and by when I removed the blade, I saw that nothing was filmed, because you could only see the heater until here. So anyway, this is why all these wires are already taken apart. The wires were nicely routed behind this holder here, and also on this side. Okay, so let's take down the blower, and this I managed to do by a little screwdriver, just opening, making the space, making the gap so the wheel can slide off. And we can see this only goes in one direction in, so it has a groove here that won't let the blade spin on the axis. So surprising to me, I see two magnets here, or two pieces of steel for probably it's for counting the RPM. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it's all about. And usually all other heaters I have seen have only one. Why does this have two? I don't know. I'm not really familiar with how this heater works. And also from the manual we can read there is an internal temperature sensor somewhere, and here I think it's shown here in the manual. It could be this one, I don't know. So it's shown somewhere here, but it's not visible, so I cannot see it. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so yeah, and actually what is interesting, that this is the top and the ECU is on the bottom of the heater. Okay, so let's unplug some things here. This is the overheat sensor. It's on the back end of the heat exchanger. Okay, this probably measures the temperature of the heat exchanger, and if there is any problem, if the temperature increases, will stop the heater. We have here the glow plug, which is interestingly mounted from this side. You know, all other heaters have the glow plug or from here, or the new Airtronic has it from the top. And next we have the power supply to the blower motor, and this one should be the fuel pump cable, which is routed inside here. I think is this one, but there is nothing else going inside there except the fuel line, so I guess that would be it. Now let's try to take the blower down, and I wanted to take it out with ECU and everything, but we cannot do it because there are some screws here, so we need to take down the ECU. Now let's see where we have some screws. We have one here, we have one here, one here, and I don't know if this is for holding the ECU. It's only for holding the internals of the ECU, but we will see. We will take down this first. It's a Torx. Let's see which size is it. I have here a 20 Torx 20. Is this too big? I think so. So it should be 15 then. Let's see if we have such a small one. This is 15, so this should be it. Let's see. Yes, so it's Torx 15. One. Oh, and it's already moving, so probably the bottom screw is not holding the ECU, it's just holding its components together. Oh, and it's off. Now let's see. Yeah, so you should not pull it. I think it would come down like that also, but it comes nicely down from if you pull it to the top of the motor. The ECU, I can only look at it like this. I'm not intending to take this apart. So yeah, this is pretty much it that we are gonna look at. We will put that apart and move on. So now the question is, should we remove this plastic? Does it hold anything? Do we need to remove it, or we only need to remove these 4B screws? Let's remove those first, because I believe, yeah, and this is bigger. Let's see, 27, 30, 27. So we already have two types of screws. One. Really well tightened. I was surprised when opening the Chinese heater. They didn't put a fight up with me, so they opened almost like they weren't tightened enough. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and I think these are not usual screws because of the step of the threads. I think it's a bigger step, and we can see, yes, so there are special screws, so we cannot use any screw here. They have a different thread. So this is M6. I'm pretty sure, and this is something else. So there's different kind of screws here. Interesting approach. Okay, so we are down to the last one, and we should see. So it's moving, yeah, I can feel it moving, and I think now this whole thingy should come down, yeah, like this. Okay, so let's try to take everything down to pull this cable. Okay, what can we see here? It's just the impeller on the back side, which provides the air for the combustion. It's so and so. It's not the silentest one I heard, but anything, it could be a lot different when it's running. I don't know if it's a brushless motor or not. I'm not sure, but by the sound of it, it's not, if we can judge it by sound. interesting smell. Yeah, and we have here, so it's 70 volts motor. Okay, so it's not really 24 volts, but that's also the case with Webasto ones. So let's put it aside. What can I say about it? It looks really well, really nicely built. Everything is fine. Almost all the burrs are taken care of. So yeah, it's a quality part. What can we say? Yeah, we have a metal gasket for the fan. This is similar to Webasto, and now we are in the heat exchanger, and we are looking at the burner. So my question is, how should we take this apart? Let's see. This is the glow plug, and I think it's held down by this, so we are back to the T20 Torx. So let's take this out and see what happens. 1, 2, so this should be holding something here. I'm not sure what. So this is just a little thingy which is there because we don't know exactly. Probably to prevent this cable ever touching the blower. I think that's the only reason for that metal part. So whatever you do on this side, it could be that you push the cable more in than you should, and then this cable could accidentally touch the inside of the blower. So I think that's the reason why it's there. So next thing, yeah, we only have 4 screws, so let's take them out. And we see the glow plug is there. I see something black there, and there should be a starting hole, a breathing hole, and I think this is the one right on the glow plug. There also a little very small hole here, so could be that it's that one. I'm not sure. I looked it up in the manual. So there is a breathing hole. Could be that it's the big one. Is this one here? Otherwise, there's no reason for a hole to be right here on the glow plug. Okay, so we should take this out, but I think we need to push this rubber grommet inside. Let's take care not to damage it. Alright, this should be it, and I think the connector will go also in here. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's try to take everything out. Also we have this piece here which is holding everything. Okay, and it's out. This was holding the whole thingy. This okay, so now what? It's almost out, and could be that this is a 2-component thingy. It could be, but it's not like that right now. So let's see if we can take these 2 things apart. Or am I doing something stupid? No. Okay, so there are actually 2 components here. Yeah. So this is the first one, but it doesn't really help us with this pipe. So how this pipe is meant to come out, I'm not really sure. What do you say, guys? So the burner is inside here. Is there a now this is interesting. There should be a way to take this out. Should we just first force it a little bit? Let's see what happens. Okay, and it's out now. Little bit weird, but it comes out. You don't have to make any problems. And we have inside a screen, probably the vaporizing screen, and fuel comes right on this screen, and then air will come from here also, but mostly from here, and we can see it makes a little bit of twister inside, a mini tornado, some turbulence to probably to pull on this side of the mesh and to form the flame. And we can see that the glow plug is behind that screen. So interesting approach. And now considering that the Airtronic 3 is out, maybe here you can see it a little bit closer, and they also changed the burner there. But in every Webasto application, the glow plug, I always saw the glow plug in front of this mesh, not behind it. So yeah, this is interesting. I don't know, should I take this out? No, I will not take the glow plug out because I'm afraid I will damage it, and I don't feel like spending money on a glow plug now. So this is it, and probably this would come down also, but it won't. I mean, we could take it down if we want to, but I don't see the reason. Probably the spare part is delivered like this, of course without the glow plug. And I remember removing these glow plugs was a pain, and how we did it, we heated up this part here with a torch, with a gas lamp, and then the glow plug came out more easily. Okay, I'm not gonna take it out now, you get the point, it's there. So inside here we have another part, which is the flame, it's a flame tube, and these two work together to create the burning process. Yes, interesting type of construction. I don't know which part gets damaged more often, this or this, but I would expect this mesh to be the part that usually fails, because it's just like that. In all the heaters I found, the mesh goes and there's nothing really you can do about it. I think I saw these parts on AliExpress, but I don't know what to say about that. Yes, we have here a gasket, which is a metal gasket, a huge improvement in my opinion, when comparing it with Webasto, because there we have that cheap little gasket, that green one. Okay, so this is it. We have the heat exchanger. Nothing else we can see here. We have the overheating sensor rest right here on the heat exchanger. I'm not gonna take this down because it's obvious. If you need to take it down, you just pry it down from here, and it should come off. There are just some little clips holding this. Okay. So guys, this is it. This is the teardown of the Webasto. I don't know what to say, except if you want to repair the heater yourself, it looks like easy. Of course, if you don't have functional or electrical problems, who knows, maybe in the ECU, but the ECU is also easy to change, so yeah. So guys, here is everything you need to know, and I think if we take down this plastic, then we have only the motor and this part remaining, which I believe that's the spare part, but this one you can reuse. It should be like that, or will it come with this, the new spare part? I'm not sure. Anyway, I think you can take it apart. Okay guys, so this is it for today. The one thing the most I liked what this thing is, as I know it's a pain for Webasto and the Chinese heaters. These things always fall out and so on. I'm sorry, my light just went out, but we are gonna wrap up anyway. The other thing that I considered interesting at Webasto is when I'm reading the manual is that you can set the CO2 using the controller, the simplest one, just by connecting one wire to the ground and then using a tool to measure the CO2. You can set it to a higher or a lower level depending on which altitude you are working at. It's a good thing, it's a nice thing to have, but the tool used to measure this is really expensive, so I don't think a lot of people will buy it. Anyway, we will compare all the heaters that we have here of different brands. We have our Airtronics, we have the Webasto, we have a planar Russian heater, and we also bought a Levener Chinese diesel heater to make a comparison and see the advantages and disadvantages of each one, and also which in our opinion is the best heater to buy in these days. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these heater videos. And what can I say, guys? Have a nice day. Today is Saturday, so I just came here at our offices just for doing these videos because it's quieter and so on. And I hope you have a nice weekend. Okay, it's okay. Bye guys.